Welcome back to In the Know. I'm Julia Suppa, and we are talking with Angela Dacey about the healing power of color. So we talked about our aura and how color can really affect us and heal some of our personal problems, how we're feeling.
Right.
Okay, so a little bit more on the health. We talked about red being good for the immune system.
Right.
What else?
Okay, so let's just go through really quickly so people get an idea. So I'm going to go through like the colors of the rainbow. So red, we know about physical health. Orange is going to be actually, it's called your second chakra, and it sits in where your sexuality is, your sensuality. It's going to actually help should you have, bad PMS, if you have fertility problems. It's also going to help with depression, which is great. So I said jump into an orange bath if you're suffering, with lack of sunshine and stuff. Yellow, when we get up here, this is the mental side of things. So this is where we think and analyze, research, digest. It's where our confidence and self-esteem lies. So if we're suffering with problems like fear of failure and fear of rejection, we could have hypoglycemia. We could have irritable bowel syndrome. We could have colon problems. So that's all in this area. Then we move up into the emotional centers, and we've got the greens and the blues.
Right.
Green, we know, is that balance of giving and receiving love. In all the years I've done this, I'm going to tell you girls out there too, I have never ever met a breast cancer survivor who is not the biggest giver in the world and has trouble receiving. If you know someone who can't receive a compliment, they need help in this area, okay? And this is where we end up with the heart palpitations, high blood pressure, and then unfortunately like the breast cancers and lung problems. When we move up into the blue with the throat, if you get strep throat, right? If you always have problems talking, if you talk too loudly or maybe too quietly, there could be some issues going on in here. This is all about communication, expression, and authenticity.
So if you identify that you're someone who, yes, gets strep throat all the time,
right,
what do you do?
My thought would be is that you need to start communicating from the heart, or actually starting to ask for a higher power to help you, whatever that may be to you, okay? Because the throat is located between two areas. Speaking from the heart, so picture a volcano. Imagine your emotions getting so big, but you've got a plug in your volcano, you're going to erupt. But when you can voice, and you know how good it feels to release when you finally talk, whether it's through writing, journaling, speaking, it's going to actually help, okay? Does that make sense?
Yep,
great.
Absolutely.
When we get to the top two, which is, this is called the third eye or brow, and the crown, this is your inner spirit. What's going on inside to find that place? This is your outer belief system. So this is about inner peace, and this is about belief, okay? So if you've blocked any of that, you may find sinus problems, migraine, headaches, because you could be in denial. Right? So again, we got to take a look at why are these things happening and see what we can do to fix them before we end up third and fourth stage illness.
All right, we have a caller. We have Crystal from Keswick. Hi, Crystal.
Hi, how are you?
Good, thanks. How are you? Thanks for calling In the Know. Do you have a question for us?
Yeah, I just wanted to know, lately I've been feeling the urge to just paint.
Okay.
And I have.
That's a good thing, I think.
Yeah, so I just wanted to know where would that come and stem from, that constant feeling of changing everything?
I think, to be honest, Crystal, your life is going through a transition and a change. I wouldn't doubt if you've spiritually grown in some way, shape, or form, or personally grown, and you're maybe not 100% who you used to be. Maybe you've rediscovered a piece of yourself, and now you're exploring who that is. Would I be close to that by chance?
Yeah, I think I'm probably around that part in my life. I just feel like I've grown up a little bit, and things are changing, so...
Crystal, what color are you going from and to? I think
that's actually a great question. Sorry to cut you off.
That's all right.
Actually, when we bought our house 3 years ago, it was all beige. Everything was very plain and boring. So I painted my bedroom a really dark, deep purple. And I just recently painted my daughter's room, who's 4, a really light, pale purple. And then I went to my office, and I almost went to like a turquoise greenish kind of look, and it's really fantastic. I really like it.
Oh, I'm so glad. That's awesome.
So lots of creativity, maybe?
Creativity.
I guess so.
I want to say connection to the divine. Be aware of your meditative state. When you bring purples into the bedroom, you can connect more to your higher power and your messengers, meaning angel guides, loved ones. You may find your dream activity will increase. If that's the case and you actually wake up feeling like you're still tired, I'd want you to bring in a little bit of the lower end chakra colors, like the greens and the blues, to balance it out, mainly because when we're up here, it's a high frequency. So it's a great color for dreaming, but you want to wake up rested as well and not feeling like you just traveled the world in your dreams. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
But again, you probably need it, and I think that it sounds fantastic. So congratulations for honoring you and the journey that you've just gone through.
Thanks, Crystal. Thanks for your call. And I hope you enjoy all the purple rooms and the turquoise and green.
Oh, well, see, turquoise and green's great. If she loves that, it's going to be fresh. It's going to stimulate communication. We should have asked her what she did for work, but it's going to definitely help her with that. And it sounds like she loves it, and that's going to be her zen room, and she'll probably want to be in her office more often.
A blended color like a turquoise is very much green and very much blue mixed.
Communication from the voice. So that's why when we showed the turquoise necklace, I said turquoise is great to wear during presentations. If I'm doing a keynote presentation, professional speaking, I usually wear turquoise.
All right. We've got Nadia from Maple on the line. Hi, Nadia.
Hi, how are you?
I'm great, thanks. Thanks for calling In the Know. Do you have a question for Angela?
Yes, I do. I don't know how I express myself. I usually wear in the black.
Okay.
And then I have admin job. But the only thing I'm getting a negative point around myself a lot. I try 2-3 years to work about it. I changed the color of my clothes, but majority of them I'm wearing black because I am thinking it's professional. But any point of view I bring it to the table, people is arguing, then later on they agree with me. Do you think it's color affect me?
Okay, so let me just, maybe you could recap, because
so black being a professional color, so Nadia believes that black is a professional color, and she could be in business meetings, a lot of arguing, and then afterwards they may agree with her.
Okay, thank you. Sorry, because just the way the sound came through, I couldn't hear you 100%. You know, black really is good for authority, for security, and for professionalism, so you're right on all that. Depending on the atmosphere you're in, if you are in a work atmosphere where there is a lot of negativity, black will try to shut that down and move it away. I still like to recommend that you bring some element of color in that reflects you, where you are in life, and your personality, so that even if you're in a negative atmosphere, you're still saying, you know what, here's who I am. This is about me, and this is what I need. If you're feeling a lot of negativity too, or say you come home feeling so heavy and so depressed, like, oh my goodness, maybe you bring in some yellows and oranges so you feel happy and more alert and alive when you're at work, so you don't feel so drained. So definitely you can wear black, don't get me wrong, it's a great stable color. We wear it for respect. You know, you look at funerals, or you know, we're wearing it for reasons, but you want to tie in a little bit that's going to work for you. I hope that answers.
It could be as simple as a neck scarf or a necklace or jewelry, things like that. That'll, you know.
And I'll challenge Nadia to wear a little something different. Throw on that necklace or those earrings and see how people respond to you differently, and see how you feel different by the time you go home after a day of work.
Good challenge, Angela. Good challenge. So we only have a few minutes left for the end of the show. That went by quickly. Do you have any closing thoughts, color thoughts for our viewers at home?
Oh, good question. Color thoughts. Well, I mean, we talked a lot about decorating and painting and clothing and jewelry. That's the easiest way to bring color in. If you really, really want to dive deeper and really go on a personal journey experience, color to me is that tool to help you get you there. And my courses are going to be online, hopefully in 2011. You can take Detox Your Thoughts, which is all taught in colors, or Your Ultimate Self, which is personalities and colors. You can go really deep and heal some pretty big issues, and have fun doing it using color. But until then, if this is all new for you, experiment. Just try something and see how you feel with it.
And it starts, there's no age limit to color, obviously. We talked about babies, we talked about kids.
Of course not.
And introducing colors into your family.
Oh, definitely. And ask your kids, you know, if we were to repaint your room, what color would you paint it? Or if I was to add a cushion, what color? Take them shopping. They know what they need, and have some fun with it.
Okay, for more information, how can people contact you and your services?
Best way is my website, which is just www.angeladacey.com.
All right, and we look forward to seeing you back here on In the Know. Next week, we are talking with Dr. Janine Bowering. We're talking about nutrition and fitness, and I'm sure we could bring in some of this color. You know, color affects how we feel, as we talked about, and I'm sure it affects weight and everything else. So we're talking about fitness. Get your phones ready for next Wednesday, and we'll answer all of your questions. Of course, if you need to reach Angela, you can visit her at angeladacey.com. If you would like to be one of our guest experts on In the Know, all you have to do is email us at intheknow@rogerstv.com. We accept community members. If you have an expertise of any sort, like I mentioned at the top of the show, every week is a different topic, a different guest. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Julia Suppa. We'll see you next time.